endlessly searching for an original sound.
Hello to everyone in my chat room. I hope you're all doing good today. Hopefully the internet will hold tonight. Well, today. I don't know what time it is. I'm not used to day streaming. What is this? What is this thing called the sun? I don't understand. So hello to everyone. By the way, I want to give a thank you to SkaterDude25, who did his sub for 4 months in a row. Love to you, SkaterDude. Everyone spam that icon. Give him some downside. Come on, give him the downside. It's an excuse just to put downside in the chat room. Always good. So I am joined today with the publishers over at Hidden Levels. You guys have played a couple of games of theirs. I'm just waiting for one of them to get back, and then we can start. So if you guys are developers, artists, musicians, all that stuff, and you want to know how to get into gaming, this is going to be a good stream to do that in. Well, at least to find out, you know, how to do it. Because from what I've seen, developers do like to stumble into things. And it's usually not good. It's like 9 a.m. for you. Well, Tattoo, you're weird. Get in the right time frame. Time zone, time frame. I don't know, I lost my friggin' mind a while ago. I can hear someone typing. Hi!
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you.
So would you like to introduce yourself while your horrible little teammate over there is off feeding the rabid puppies?
Oh, that's, you know, we're used to that from Kitty, though, so...
Yeah,
you know,
that is
it's
true.
Quite all right. I am a gamer guy in a suit, a.k.a. Gigius. Hi, howdy.
And
I'm Kitty's partner in crime.
This is the first time we've actually spoken.
It is, indeed.
I didn't even know Kitty had a partner. I'm going to yell at Kitty later for that. Doesn't even tell me everything. See how she is?
Yeah, that's Kitty for you.
But you guys might
actually... How's things?
You guys might actually know Kitty from the Discord and from a few streams. You guys, I believe your last game you guys published was A Void in Her Heart?
The Void Reigns Upon Her Heart, that is correct.
That was a fun game. I'm terrible at it, but it is a fun game.
Isn't it, though? It's great, and they just added, like, the super hard difficulty, Torrent Rain, and even I am, like, really struggling with it, so...
No, not a harder difficulty, no.
I know, right? But there's also an easier one for entry level to bullet hell, like, if you really want to give it a try but felt a little overwhelmed, there's like an easier level that's been added as well, so, of difficulty.
Well, that's really neat. I always like when developers actually, like, pay attention to fans and stuff like that and see where fans are struggling and try to help.
To be perfectly honest, Angel's been awesome about that. Like, he is very interactive with his community and takes a lot of that to heart and sees what he can implement into the game, and it's really impressive.
Now, for when you guys are working with devs, I'm gonna start asking questions just to annoy Kitty. No, you stop that. Sorry, something decided to pop up on the side of the screen. When you guys are looking for devs, is that one of the things you're looking for, or devs that are really, you know, responsive to the fan bases and things like that?
I mean, that is something that we would definitely look for, but we have no problem being that intermediary if they don't really want to have to deal with that kind of thing and focus on their game. We're more than happy to, you know, converse with people on the forums and stuff for them and be kind of like that midway mouthpiece, I guess you would call it, if that makes it easier for them and gives them more of an opportunity to focus on their game. I think the biggest thing we look for really is just the passion for what they're doing. If the passion's there, that's something we really feed off of.
Now, do you look for games that are already established, like they've already got it nearly done, or do you talk to developers that are just starting out their game? Because I know a lot of developers will just be in the early stages and they'll want to talk to publishers, and some publishers will be like, no, come back to us when you're more into it.
No, we're happy either way. If you want, you know, some advice, some assistance, and all that from the get-go, there's nothing wrong with that, because at the end of the day, there really is no such thing as marketing too soon. Trying to get it out there, especially in the oversaturated market we've got now. So if you really are committed to I mean, preferably you come to us with something more than, oh, here's an idea on a piece of paper. But I mean, let's say you've got like a real rough alpha build and you're like, okay, this is going to take me another, you know, year or two to get where I need to be. but we have the base for what we're trying to do. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We would be, again, like I go back to that previous one, we would be looking more for the passion. If this really looks like somebody and something that they're really committed and they really care about it, there's a lot of passion behind it and fire, then yeah, even if it's early, we'd be happy to discuss that with the developer and see what we can do.
Now, do you guys, as, publishers and PR agents, do you guys help them hook up with artists, musicians, and things like that they might need for their game? Because I know
Absolutely.
That can be a hard part.
That's actually one of the things that, yeah, it's really hard for a lot of developers, but with the years that we've spent in the industry, aside from just THL and also with THL, Kitty and I have amassed quite a bit of contacts that do help with that kind of thing. If people need art or music or anything like that, we're able to kind of bridge that gap and get them to professional artists or musicians to get stuff done for their game if they'd like. And usually, it's done at a more reasonable cost or whatever than what you would find on the open market, simply because we're friends with these people. They will do stuff like that for us.
Now, for artists and musicians and even programmers that are coming in looking for jobs, do they just contact you guys? Like, how do they normally go about trying to get a publisher's attention?
One of the best ways is just simply, we try to keep ourselves all over the place. We're on the YouTube, the Twitch, the Twitter, everywhere. Our emails are posted on our profiles. We've got the website that's got a contact us form, and we respond to literally anything and everything we get. Even if somebody's just joking around, we usually will reply back with a joke back, like, hey, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. Just anything to interact. We're okay with that. You can reach us on Twitter. You can reach us via our website, thehiddenlevels.com, any of that. You can reach me personally on Twitter at GamerGuyInASuit. I know Kitty's fine with that too, at Manicadoo.
Now, okay, so you guys have been in the gaming industry for a while, right?
Yes.
So with what's going on with the gaming industry, because let's face it, there's a lot of issues going on right now with, well, really any entertainment business. Do you think we're heading toward a crash? At least for mainstream, I would say, games. Maybe not indies, but mainstream.
No. Not at all.
Really?
Yep. I really don't.
Well, because I always see people saying with the way, because they're claiming that, AAAs are dying and things like that, then it's going to cause another crash.
Not at all. If you look at the actual numbers, I think it was, what was it, like a month ago or something, had said that the video game industry actually made more than the movie industry last year.
Ha! Screw the movie industry. Screw Hollywood.
Right. So, no, I don't think, eventually, just because the way markets work, it'll ebb and flow and it'll go down and it'll go up. But as far as an actual full-blown crash, I don't think so. I think you may see a major shift from AAA over to indies and stuff like that, but I don't think that'll necessarily make a crash happen. I think it's actually better for the industry, because this is one of the times you actually see like the free market or whatever working. These indies are kind of forcing these AAA companies to get a little more innovative and unique in their approach, as opposed to just being able to churn out the same old textbook crap over and over again.
I gotta agree with that. I think I'm seeing more indies I've been enjoying streaming than really AAAs. I can only think of, was it God of War this year? And I don't even know if that's considered a AAA at this point.
Right, that and Witcher 3, I think, did pretty well too.
Well, is Witcher 3 considered AAA? Because I know isn't the company that does it still considered indie? It's
still considered indie. I think there's a lot of gray area there now these days, because there are these quote-unquote indie developers. I'm not taking anything away from them. They are fantastic. They are awesome. But with the kind of funding and backing that they have, it's not really the same as your independent developers, where there's a one- or two-man studio working for years to put something out. I'm not taking anything away from those large companies. They deserve all the credit in the world, but to me, they're not as much an indie as these littler guys are.
Yeah, I can see that. I have noticed, like, and I know we're definitely going to talk about this when Kitty comes on, because she wants to rant about this. We Happy Few, because I made myself look stupid on Twitter, not knowing, thanks to their PR company.
And that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, yeah, and Square Enix is guilty of that a lot, too. They put out a lot of quote-unquote indies, and it's like, well, yeah, they were independent developers, but you stepped in and you were like, here's a butt-ton of money and a whole studio to work with. Have a nice day. Okay, well, yeah, that's cool, but it's kind of like a AAA title.
Yeah, I have noticed, especially Square Enix seems to be really guilty of this, is using Kickstarter and stuff a lot, which I find weird considering Square Enix has enough money. Why are they kickstarting these games?
Yeah, exactly. I've ranted on that a few times myself, and that's just utterly ridiculous. Why are you reaching out to the fans to pay for a game where you clearly have enough investment capital to go ahead and fund this thing and see it go?
Well, it's like, I don't know, do you follow American McGee?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know he's been using Patreon stuff for the pitch for Alice 3, and I understand where he's going. The only reason it happened was because his Kickstarter for his card game worked, which I can't wait to get those cards. And I can kind of see that because EA hasn't put any money into it. They've not even said yes to the pitch. They're just allowing him to do this. That I can understand, but Square Enix just seems... I don't want to say scummy, but stop using Kickstarter.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
I mean, I've tried to do a Kickstarter for my animation. It's hard, especially when you're not using a PR team and stuff like that, because I was doing it with nothing. But like, you see them going to the major magazines or online and all that other stuff, and it's like, I know the dev team is an indie and they're hoping to get it, done, but is it really fair? Because you have like 50 other Kickstarters of actual groups that may have 5 people that are struggling to do this, and then you have one, here's money for a PR team. I would have paid for a PR team if I could have afforded it. But
Right, yeah. Yeah, no, that's, and that gets me, because I really firmly believe that if Square Enix was as passionate about these indie projects as they like to have their marketing team lead us to believe, then they would just back it 100% and not use a Kickstarter, not, just use their own resources. They have plenty.
Give me one moment.
Oh yeah, take your time.
I see Kitty's back. And not talking. Good job, Kitty.
No, Kitty's going to ghost us for the next 5 minutes now that Kitty's back, so...
Fine, Kitty. We'll talk about We Happy Few without you. Oh, I thought that would get her. Damn it. By the way, guys, in the chat room, if you have any questions for these guys, they're here to answer your questions. Let's see. Somebody said, speaking of Kickstarter, I hate Crodocs. It is as it's terrible. Anyone who can guess which Kickstarter I'm dealing with backs too many projects. That's from Imban. I'm not sure what Crodocs is. Is that a what?
Howdy, Imban.
Friend of yours?
Yeah.
Disappointment has arrived. Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, I've been here the whole time. What are you talking about?
I already messed it up. Is one of the fulfillment sites. Oh, you see, when I did my Kickstarter, and we didn't raise the money, unfortunately, on either Kickstarter or Indiegogo for our animation. Thank you, Patreon. It's insane. Like, trying to figure out everything, trying to figure out the rewards and all the stuff. And I wish they'd give you, like, groups that you can work with to, like, make t-shirts and things like that. That would make things so much easier.
See, that's where the hidden levels come in.
Yeah, okay, next time I'll just pay for you guys.
Okay, that's cool, because I can do t-shirts, hats, I can do all that, too.
I hadn't met you guys at the time. I met you guys, like, at the tail end of the last one. But, like, okay. So, let's talk about indie games in general. There's... we're going to bring in We Happy Few. Now, I was told by their PR team and stuff like that, which I don't hate their PR team. I understand their job. It is to get the game out there. I was told they were indie, completely and utterly indie. And being a game reviewer, I am not saying game journalist, I am not that bad, no, not yet. I actually believed them, and I started playing the game, because I've been seeing lately a lot of hate for it. I like the game personally. I think it's fun. I've been playing it on my downside, or downtime, not downside. It's already started. But I put on Twitter that I didn't understand a lot of the hate, and a lot of people were saying it's because they're masquerading as indie. And even you told me, Kitty, they're not actually an indie group. So why are they being marketed as one?
I think the main point is that they did actually start as indie group. You know, Compulsion Games before Microsoft buyout and all that stuff. They were like indie. They had a bigger budget because of their previous game, which was quite a hit. I can't remember the name of their previous game now. It's the one with the kind of shadow puppet thing.
Yeah, I kind of played a little bit of it, but I kind of lost interest in it.
What's it called? I forgot my name.
Contrast.
Contrast, that's the one, yeah. I played through that game and yeah, it was alright, but then they come into this game and, you know, it's really weird because they did start out as indie. Although again, they were shown at E3, which is how they got their initial kind of boost in crowd anyway, and they're released as indie. In my opinion, they released way too early. But then obviously through that, it was kind of like a quiet period. Then also Gearbox was like, "Hey, how's it going? We're gonna buy you out now, and you know, well, buy the rights to the game." And then they changed the price to $60, added collector's editions, and you know, obviously once Gearbox steps in, that's
there's a Happy Few collector's
big,
edition.
big
I'll
company.
be back later.
Yeah, I think.
I like the game. But okay, so that's another major thing. People were blaming the developers for Gearbox buying the rights. As publishers, do you guys want to explain what actually happens when a publisher buys the rights to a game? Because people seem to think it's, you know, all in the dev that the price shoots up and everything. So I remember seeing people going hardcore after the developers for that game. And they were trying to explain, you know, what the difference is. So maybe as publishers, you guys can kind of easily explain to everybody what happens when a publisher buys the rights to a game.
Well, first of all, I'm going to say that there's no reason for the whole $60 price tag. That's just Gearbox using their old like mythology of, oh, we're AAA now, so we gotta be $60. If it's not $60, you go, you leave.
Okay, we established Gearbox sucks. I'm still mad about Duke Nukem Forever. I love me some John St. John. He's my narrator. But like I've seen it with a couple of different whenever a publisher will buy an indie game, they will change the price.
Yeah.
Is it because of all the marketing and everything that they put into it? Is it the developer's choice, or is it all on the publisher that brings it out?
It's because they feel like they slap their name on it and they can jack the price up a little bit and make a little profit off of it. Period.
That's a good way of explaining it. So EA.
Period. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we don't have every game with loot boxes yet. Oh, I'm sorry. What do they call them now? Sky drops or something?
I can't keep up. That's me.
I'll let you know next time I play a AAA game.
Spider-Man's coming next month. I'm not saying Jack. But, so E3. I do know we've been seeing more indies over at E3, especially like, and I can't remember, what's the group that like screwing with everybody at their panel? It's not
Devolver Digital, baby.
Revolver.
Yeah.
I want to get in contact with them so much. I love they're like the only things I watch at E3. They're the funniest thing ever.
Same.
How does a dev like and they're considered indie, aren't they?
Yes.
How in the world did they manage to get a panel?
You want my honest opinion on that?
Oh yeah, feel free.
They were smart enough to just keep pushing forward and applying like they were top fucking dogs. And oh, I'm sorry, can I cuss here?
Oh, for fuck's sake, please.
Okay. I have a bit of a potty mouth. No, I honestly believe that they don't say no. They don't care. They will take the rejection and keep trying. And I think they just finally were able to weasel their way into a panel, and they made the absolute most of it with what they did, not this year, but last year. And now, I mean, if I'm the organizer at E3, I'm like, hey, Devolver, what are you doing this year? You coming?
Oh, I know. This year's was pretty good, but it was pretty obvious it was all, like, pre-recorded stuff.
Right. It'll never have the same impact as that initial bam, but
right?
I really like that, yeah.
When I first saw them there doing a panel, I was like, wait, they're an indie group. How the hell did they get a panel? And then I watched and went, oh my god, they're the greatest thing ever. And they actually sold the fake Bitcoins and everything.
Yep. Yeah.
I was like half tempted to buy one just to see if like you get the money returned and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, $100. Now I'm good.
There are a couple of jars of worms though, because as an indie publisher, when you have a few successes and you go big, obviously once you're big, a big publisher, can you be considered indie anymore? And that's like a whole never kind of jar of beans too. So I mean,
yeah, we started talking about that while you weren't here, but
yeah, you ran away.
The dogs needed feeding.
It's fine. I understand. You know how many dogs I've got here.
I got 4 as well.
Yeah, but you forgot to feed me, so...
Oh,
I'll only feed you after this.
that sounds wrong. So you guys do game publishing, although when are you guys bringing out another game so I can review it? What do you
Tomorrow,
think?
you didn't know?
No, no one's telling me. I'm going to yell at someone later.
No, I'm just kidding.
But like, with all these big publishers starting to look at indies, and let's face it, they're all trying to look at indies so they can find a new company to buy and close down because EA. I'm never letting that one die. It's just too easy of a joke. But, so is it harder for you guys to find, and I don't mean to say good games, but let's face it, there's a lot of indies that are coming out, especially right now, that are kind of generic?
Yeah, there are loads. It's just absolute swamp, and obviously with Valve opening the floodgates, which, well, I mean,
Oh yeah, I saw that
they've
and it
always
made me
been
happy.
open, or kind of that stuff. I mean, I don't blame them for it. I think it's okay, but it's just when there's 800 releases a month, the average consumer, which, you know, just hops onto Steam, whatever, they stop like searching for the stuff because it's basically, oh, I'm gonna troll through a load of shit again. So what's the point? So that really makes discoverability a real kind of issue. So you could have like 20 shit games, 1 good game, but the chances are you probably won't find that good game unless you have like real marketing with it anyway. So I kind of deviated from the main subject there, but yeah.
What about like marketing on stuff like Origin and... Is there any other ones? Well, there's like what, DL Site and Nutaku. Well, I know those are mostly adult, but like with Steam having, let's say, the monopoly on digital games on the computer, how hard is it to get your games, your indie games out there? Because like you said, Steam is so overrun by grass growing simulator. Because I know somebody actually did try to put that on the green light thing, and they got it through for a while.
So developers, you know, a lot of work go into that game. You know, like a huge amount of work. I'm not going to neglect that at all. But the problem is when they come to the other side, when you actually finished, when you finish your product, you know, you've put so much work into it. You think, okay, I'll just put this onto the store and it's going to sell like hotcakes. Well, the reality is it isn't. You're going to have a solid plan. You're going to have to put just as much work into kind of getting your name out there and your game out there, which is, you know, a lot of developers aren't up to that task. So when that moment comes, they just get absolutely slaughtered, destroyed. And that's where actually a publisher like us comes into play, because we're able to kind of take that kind of stress off them. We understand how the markets work. We got a lot of contacts like yourself, you know. So obviously we get in contact with you. Yeah, you're very important.
Love you too.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, obviously we'll help with the marketing, the other side of the big freaking battle of getting noticed.
I forgot about GOG, Shingro. I am sorry, I actually did forget they existed. You're never gonna want.
You know, I did too. After they went from being just the old games to pretty much everything, I kind of quit going there too.
I'll go back to them when they finally put Discworld on there. So,
nice.
Scotch Bunny asked, how quick are you able to recognize specific Unity asset store packs at this point?
Oh, that ain't hard.
So do you force devs to take that stuff out when you see them in games?
I'll be honest with you. 90% of the games with Unity Store asset packs are garbage. But you know what? There are exceptions to every rule. So I wouldn't say it's a blanket thing.
Well, sometimes garbage
the
can
biggest
be fine.
problem The biggest problem with asset packs is when you just kind of slam together multiple packs and you have no kind of idea what's going on. So you have like different themed areas. Like, suddenly you've got like toy soldiers fighting with unicorns or whatever, you know.
I need to see some of the games you guys reject. They sound like they'd be fun.
Right?
Just take a tour through my Steam library sometime.
Oh, don't look at mine.
But I mean, it all cuts. I mean, using asset packs isn't a bad thing in itself, but it's when you just don't do nothing with the asset pack and you just fling it out the window.
When you see that a dev doing that, do you tell them to keep going, or do you just do you take their game?
We go, we leave.
We even have standards.
Well,
they're low, but they're there.
You guys aren't Digital Homicide. That's right, I can make that joke. They're not going to sue me for, what, $500,000?
Yeah, 10 million as well.
Shingro, I am not going to be able to say your name. I'm sorry, dude. Can a studio remain indie if an indie studio had 12 games under its belt and a 30-year history? Is it still indie?
That sounds kind of specific. Are you talking about somebody?
Would you like to drop a name of somebody that seems to have
Right?
hurt you?
Who hurt you, Shingro?
Was it Naughty Dog? We'll understand if it was Naughty Dog. Then Last of Us 2 has pissed everybody off.
Shingo.
Go
I like
buy
to
all the
call him
Spiderweb
Shingo.
software games.
No,
No,
just speculation. It goes back to what I was talking about earlier, and I guess, I mean, we've reached the point where there is like this huge gray area between what's AAA and what's like a real independent couple of guys out of a garage or whatever type of deal. In my opinion, no. I really don't see the bigger indies so much as indie anymore. To me, they're larger companies. If they have the backing, I guess, is what it comes down to. They have the ability to just throw money at things and make them go away or make them better, then yeah, that kind of separates you from the little true independents that are having to scrape by to get what they need done.
So what do you think about all these big not developers, creators, I want to say, like the guys that did Mighty Number 9, which we don't need to talk about that one anymore.
That was
Or
garbage.
like the Castlevania creator, which that game looks amazing, going on to
Koji Ino,
Kickstarter
right?
and stuff, instead of just going to big AAA companies now.
Well, that's all, like, I don't think you can generalize about that. I think each situation is its own unique situation. So I think there are times where it does seem appropriate. Like I get, like say you've got a creator or a developer that was at one time part of a big studio, but now they've spun off and they're doing their own thing. They may not have the backing to be able to pull something off on their own, which is why they need to use a Kickstarter. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh no, I never said there's, well, Mighty Number 9.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not implying that you are. I'm just saying, in my opinion, that yeah, no, that to me it's different than like what we were talking about earlier, where Square Enix is just like, oh no, we need to do a Kickstarter because we can't really afford to back this.
We not only need to do a Kickstarter, we need to give really shitty rewards. Unlike, what was it, Bloodstained Moon? I want that Amino poster so bad.
I'm still kind of...
I would agree with that. Inban.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted Tokyo Dark to do way better than it actually did, but I don't know, it just seemed to just fizzle out and fade.
Tokyo Dark, why does that name... Isn't that a visual novel?
It's kind of like it's like a, I forgot what they're called, like a point-and-click adventure type game with visual novel elements, but...
I think that one's on Steam, isn't it? It started out on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah. I think it was just released on Steam.
I think that might be one we're doing next month, but I can't remember because we're doing
But
like,
that was part of
Japanese
the
crap.
Collective program, and I mean, you know, Square Enix did take them to trade shows and stuff because, you know, I see the whole kind of collective stands and stuff there, but no one mans them. They're just kind of just left there, you know, like, hey, this is our name, just, you know, there you go, Square Enix name. But Tokyo Dark has kind of hit me because, you know, it's kind of anime, it's an Eastern thing, and it's with Square Enix, but it's just, you know, it should have done much. Well, that's Square Enix strong point, or it used to be. I guess they've just they've lost their identity.
Is it me or Square? And we are picking on Square like a motherfucker today.
Right.
Is it me or they seem to be fizzling out?
I think they're just
because they're pushing
generic,
stuff
just
out.
kind of...
Like they're showing stuff before they even start working on it. Like they're not even. They just started like hiring people for the Avengers game. They showed what 2 years ago.
I will say though, Just Cause 4 looks amazing. Looks
I've
crazy.
not played the Just Cause games, but I've kind of wanted to.
Yeah, just kind of sandbox smell. Yeah.
Okay, you guys work in the industry. What happened with Hitman? Because that was originally Square, and now Warner Brothers is bringing it out.
Yeah, it's because Square wanted to split the game up into sections. You know, release it as kind of like monthly installments, try and fiddle around with the payment. Yeah, that whole kind of thing, and it didn't really play out. You know.
Well, how does a dev, like, if a dev wants to get their rights back from a publisher? Because I know this is a thing I've seen devs complain about, like...
It all occurs on the contract. If you're a developer, always make sure to get legal advice when you're signing contracts. Make sure, like, with us, we always say to the developers, you get to keep your IPs. So if anything goes wrong, you can just leave at any time, you know? Because that's what we're about. We're about treating the developers fair. But obviously these bigger kind of companies like Square can just say, oh, we're Square Enix, sign with us, we'll make you millions and we'll take your IP. So that's, yeah. So it varies by contract.
Oh, Shingro, you actually think the Final Fantasy VII remake's coming out? They said that thing ain't coming out for years.
Yeah, like 2022 or something.
Talk about a fucking waste. That game is so overrated.
Oh, I laughed so hard when I saw they were just changing the story up and everything, and I'm like, what do
Right.
you morons expect? This first story wasn't even that great. Go back to Final Fantasy IX. At least we get Vivi.
VV. Yay.
Sorry. But yeah, I did see Square like openly admitted that they've been showing games too early and then they keep doing it. I'm like, well, you haven't learned a damn lesson, have you? You keep doing it.
I think everybody does now. It's just kind of like a marketing gimmick thing. Like, oh, look at this big shiny thing, come flock to us, and then oh,
Hey, you show me,
like
you
even
show me
even
Doom
Microsoft's
Eternal,
done
you don't
a-
give me a goddamn release date, you cock-teasing little bastards. I'm not mad.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
mad. I want my Doom Marine.
Xbox with the Dragon game. I forgot.
Oh, was that the one they canceled? That everyone got excited for?
Scalebound. There's quite a few of them.
Isn't that what
Crackdown 4,
they're
that's been,
kind
like,
of
delayed
known for,
for
though,
7
is
years.
showing off games and then canceling them? Didn't they do that with
Yeah.
Conquer or something?
I can't even keep up with all that stuff.
No
It's
one
just
likes
crazy.
Xbox anyway. Microsoft sucks.
I'm
I'm saying that on a Microsoft computer.
Yeah.
You ever still play consoles?
I still play, like, I have my Switch, my Wii U, and my PlayStation 4, which I don't want to do it, but I want to give Insomniac more money. I'm kind of thinking of getting the Spider-Man PlayStation Pro, but I don't see the reason for it. Except it's shiny. Shut up. I don't have a problem. Scotch Bunny asks, how often do you see game ideas that are chasing trends, and is any particular genre frequent of that right now?
Yeah, I definitely don't see...
Battle
Royale.
Royale's the first thing said in the chat room. Nice.
I think Dying Light is even doing a Battle Royale now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Friggin' why?
It's just so uninspiring, so, like, it's just blah.
Like,
Why? You're not
I'm-
going to outdo Fortnite now, that's so far ahead.
If I'm gonna do a multiplayer game, like my type of thing is, have you guys played The Forest?
Yep.
See, I like that kind of multiplayer game when you're all trying to exist and there's shit that constantly comes after you. I like that kind of thing. Like you have an end goal, everyone has to work together. Can't we just have that
What
instead
is
of Battle
that one,
Royale?
that one game with Bigfoot, or whatever it was.
Finding Bigfoot, or they changed the name of it to something else.
Bigfoot,
but
Finding Bigfoot. I was
not heard
I
of
was
that
so
one.
funny watching you. That game.
There's one I'm looking at. I'm gonna be doing a review for soon called Demonic or Demonical or something.
Yeah, I feel I've
just
seen
out in
that.
early access.
Yeah.
Survivor and Battle Royale seem to be popping up a lot. Yeah, didn't the new Call of Duty or something even having it, which made me laugh? I'm like, isn't that what you guys are anyway?
Even I think Battlefield is having it. So many games are just like Battle Royale, yeah, woo.
Okay, so I've got to ask this. You guys do a lot of indie games. I know you guys do reviews of them. You probably have to play a ton to see which ones you want to pick up and stuff as
Yeah.
publishers. What is the one trend that you've seen in the last few years, and it doesn't have to be something that's popular right now, but of all the trends, what are the games that you wish would just die? Like, you hate the game that started it because it's just... I know one I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. I'm sure Kitty knows which one I'm talking about. But for you guys... Like, it's caused a huge trend in indies that you would want. You can't stand it. No, Battle Royale is not a choice.
To me, I don't know. I don't really. I don't. No games deserve
You don't
death
know
or
games. You play games.
I'm just. No, I'm just saying. Like,
No, yeah.
I feel like they have to exist to be the bad side of games.
Right.
You know, without them
It's a
existing,
necessary
there would be no
evil.
good. Yeah.
Speaking of necessary evil, let's talk about everybody's favorite thing in gaming. Fan bases!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, thank God I'm not
Oh,
the only
no.
one that has that reaction. So,
Oh, no.
you guys have to deal with fan bases constantly because of, you
Yeah.
guys do the grunt work of talking to the slobs. Love you all. Don't you just love fan bases, and what are your worst experiences with them?
They don't understand opinions. You know, it's okay for people to have different opinions on games.
Censorship!
Screech. It's okay for people to not like a game and have a different opinion, you know. And when you do a review, that's like when you tend to get the most flack. Like, oh, how dare you say you didn't like this game? It's one of the greatest games since sliced bread. And
I think my favorite was when somebody had commented on your video that you didn't car racing.
yeah. Like I play a lot of racing games. Like it's basically my DNA.
And they complained about that?
Well, no, the last game I did was like a one I didn't really like, so I kind of reasoned why I didn't like it, why it's like blah blah blah, and then I got a load of comments like, "You're a noob, you don't know what you're talking about. This game is, all that kind of stuff." Judging because I didn't have like a steering wheel full set. I play with controller, so I'm a pleb.
Yeah, you play like a normal person. That's how you do reviews.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're not Kotaku. But like as developer, or not developers, publisher, you guys have to deal with the Steam forums and things like that. What is like the most I don't know where else there are forums, man. I don't do that kind of thing. What is like the most aggravating thing you guys always see that you wish people would shut up about? And I don't mean crash tests or anything, like crash reports and stuff. They don't count.
I don't want to open us up to all that. Shit. I'll be honest with you. I like the trolls because I can just troll them right back.
No, I don't mean trolls are fine. Trolls are fine. I don't mean the trolls. I mean like the serious ones you just stare at it and you
Yeah, no, those are trolls to me though. The people that take their fan base over the top and they think that, yeah, no, those are trolls to me too, and I treat them as such.
See what they're saying.
I can't tolerate it.
You just gotta have a laugh and fun about it, because otherwise you're just gonna... Because everyone, like, there's so many people in the world right now. There's so many people on the internet. Obviously there's gonna be some who just want to come in there and just troll and just, do their thing. So you can't really let it get you. And even if not, you can't... Like, when you read in text, you can't understand how the person is delivering it. Some person could just be like, ha ha ha, I'm going to type this, make them laugh. And you read it and it comes out like, oh my god, he wants to kill us all. Ah. So, I mean, you got to take it all with a grain of salt and just, see the good, funny side of things. If you don't, you're going to just burn yourself out and just wear down, and then, you just got to enjoy life.
Fair enough. I know I would hate to work at Bethesda right now, dealing with their forums. Alright, so let's talk about devs, and let's make sure you never get another one. No, I'm kidding. I have heard you rant about this a lot, Kitty. Now, as a publisher, what is the one thing you just want to smack a dev in the head and get them to understand?
Oh, I got a long list of things.
You can both answer this one, but, like, I know you get, well, at least because I've talked to Kitty more. There's few things that devs don't seem to understand. Is there anything you want to explain that devs that are actually in the chat and watch this video might actually understand by watching this? Because apparently typing is hard.
My biggest problem is when you think you got Midas's goals and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to put this out, this is going to sell, and I'm going to be done with it, so I'm going to act like an arrogant twat to everyone. That's my biggest peeve. When you think, oh, I don't need no help, I'm better than all of you. You all suck. I have the best game ever. Bye.
Now, I kind of noticed this from, it was a Discord we were in, because I think you saw this, Kitty. Why is it devs don't seem to understand marketing? Like, they don't seem to understand how to talk to reviewers. I think Kitty knows the story I'm talking about.
As a developer, you need to understand that when you're professionally out there, you're a business. You need to be like handling business stuff. As people are going to reach out to you asking to review games and stuff. You're going to want to know how to handle them. Too many devs just think, well, I can just put my game on there and be done with it. And you just want free keys and fuck off.
Well, like, I can understand. There's a lot of people, and I've seen this with reviewers, especially now that apparently there's a community for some of the games I do, which creeps me out. A lot of people will bug a dev for free keys and stuff and either never do anything with it, or they'll have the, if you don't give it to me, you're going to fail type of attitude. So I can kind of see where devs hate reviewers, because there's a lot of them that... And I'm willing to buy a game if I have to. That's fine. I don't mind. Because I like supporting developers and publishers. But there seems to be a lot of that on both sides. And I feel bad for you guys that have to hear both sides complain about it.
I generally, it's just better just to give out a free key, even if they don't do nothing with it. You know, the chances one day they might be bored and think, oh, well, I'm going to boot this up. Because, let's face it, if they're after a free key and they literally just want a free key, they're not going to buy the game in the first place anyway. Right. So you might as well just give them a free key. And it saves you the freaking stress of all this. You know, of all the, oh, you don't know what you're going to do and you're going to die in a grave tonight and blah-de, 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 yeah.
And honestly, having been on both sides of it, like, there are game keys that I've gotten for games that I was like really looking forward to and really excited, and I sat down and played it a little bit, and I thought to myself, you know, I can't review this or stream this without absolutely shitting all over it, and that's not going to do them any good at all. And I mean, not just I have constructive criticism about that would help. There are some games that I've played where I'm like, no, there is nothing redeemable here. If I put myself on with this, all I'm going to do is absolutely slaughter the developer who doesn't deserve that. They've tried. It's not like they're like, here's shit. They've actually tried to create something. It's just not working out, and I'm not going to go out there and shit all over them for it.
Well, I found when I have that problem, because I've had that a few times, I usually try emailing the publisher to see if I could like give my criticism to the dev and say, you know, maybe if there's an update or two, I'll review the game. But yeah, there are some games where it's like, what the hell, dude?
Like, there's no problem if you get a review key and you can cover it or whatever. It's just email the developers. Just say, hey, I didn't really find this game fun, so I'm just letting you know, and they're perfectly fine with that. But myself as a publisher, I respect creators such as yourself, so I view her as power to the creators type thing. So I just want to respect you guys.
Of course, you want attention while I'm interviewing someone. Sorry, puppy.
Yeah.
Miko says hi to everybody. She's now in my lap.
Hello, Miko.
So, yeah. So I do notice a lot of, and I've seen this, especially because Kitty, you've shown me some of your stuff. It is a thing that developers seem to think you guys aren't worth, and I'm not saying that you aren't, but you're not worth the money? Does this happen a lot with devs that think they can do everything themselves? Hi.
Money. It's money. If you focus around money only, it's probably not your best interests of making a game. I mean, it's okay, obviously, to have money in mind, but when you just want to make money, then it can kind of make you lose sight of the initial things. So publishers are there to help spread the word about your game. Obviously, if your game reaches more people, you're going to make more money. So obviously, even if you take a cut, like as publishers, if we take a cut of their money, they're still going to make more anyway because they're going to reach more people. It's just simple sense, but they're like, no, I want all the money.
Now, with the way Steam is now, has anything actually changed with how people get games up on there? Because I know they're getting rid of the green light, and you're trying to hit the mic. Don't do that.
You pay $100, you send in your forms, or you get a game on there.
Really? It's 100? I thought it used to be more than that.
No.
No, it actually used to be less than that.
When you sell a certain amount of copies, you get $100 back anyway, so...
True. Now, how much does Steam actually take? Like, I don't know if you guys are allowed to talk about this, but I've always been curious, how much does Steam take out of the sales and stuff?
Legal advice.
You don't have to answer. I was always just curious about that, because, I'm not...
Let's just say that as far as we all know, it is the same flat percentage across the board for everybody.
Oh, that's good. So, okay, because I was wondering if,
it's not like something you sit down and negotiate with them. It's just like, here, you want to sell your game on Steam? We take X%.
Oh, okay. Now, what do you guys think about it looking like the adult game industry is really starting to pick up and become more, I don't want to say mainstream, because I saw the review, or the interview Kotaku did with Akaber, a.k.a. Master, and they're dicks. Hi, I said Akaber, so now I get kissies? What? Hi. Can I go back to war help? Hi. Can you take a nap now? You're going to attack my mic, aren't you? I'm sorry.
It's very...
So what do you think with the whole... Because I know you guys have published a couple of mature games, haven't you?
Not yet, no, but we will be.
Well, I know you like them.
Shh, no. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, look what channel you're on. Don't you hide it. What do you think about it seeming like it's starting to go more... I don't want to say mainstream, but it's becoming more accepted, maybe is the word?
I think it's scary, though, because it's kind of like dipping your toes in the water. One wrong move and you could just see the whole area's cold, or, like, completely backfire where, you know, I don't want to say that word now. But, you know, it's not censorship, but I'll just say it's censorship, you know, because it's not censorship, but
Well, I
I'll
mean,
just use that word to make it easy.
it's
They just,
interesting
you
because
know,
I'm seeing I've been in contact with a site and I can't say their names yet, but it's looking like they're starting to put their stuff on Steam, and they never thought of doing that before
yeah.
because they bring stuff from Japan, and you know it's always been seen as taboo, bad, you know, adult stuff bad. It's morally reprehensible, but now we're
I
seeing it
think,
more in the mainstream.
yeah, I think it can either go one out of two ways, you know, which obviously is it can either all just get shut down, we go back to how it was, or we could evolve and, you know, realize it's okay as long as, you know, we stop kids and stuff obviously getting
Oh
onto
yeah.
where, you know, having, you know, obviously there's age gates and stuff, so
Hi.
I mean, and you know, kids are gonna, it's the internet, they're gonna have ways to access it anyway, sadly, which, you know, I'm against that, I think, you know, but yeah, I hope it goes along the path of being acceptable, as long as it's not, you know, like straight up just mindlessly made.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. Like, but half of me kind of wants it to become more acceptable, and the other half kind of is like, you know, that means more like bigger YouTubers are gonna start doing it, and then I'm out of a job. No one's gonna watch me when they can watch
You'll
like
always be the biggest
Markiplier and
snake.
PewDiePie playing adult games. Although then again, that would be
I
hysterical
don't
to see
think they will.
PewDiePie do it.
Because it all falls down to kind of target audiences and stuff. Obviously, I feel you've established yourself now pretty well, so
I
I
still
think you're
find
pretty
that
good.
I still find it weird. There's a community and they don't like me.
I just wish kind of YouTube handled it better and all that stuff. Like, Lewd Gamer was just one strike. Lewd Gamer was gone completely.
Oh, I
Their YouTube
know, it
channel
was
was
such
just
a shame. I tried to help grow the other channel. I feel so bad for him.
yeah.
It seems like a major thing with YouTube. They really like. I, you guys know publishers like Jast and them, right? The ones that do
Yeah.
the more mature. How do
Yeah.
they handle having to market with like YouTube, with like the trailers and stuff like that? Do you know how they have to market and deal with YouTube with that? Because I'm surprised like they can even do that.
It's you gotta make sure. Well, I mean, like, it's just all so gray area because one person can get away with it, but the other can't. It's such a mess. It's difficult. It's even difficult for adult kind of games though, because obviously you reach out to YouTubers and they don't want to cover your games. Reviewers, you know, they don't want to cover your game. It's just finding that kind of target audience, reaching out to the certain people, you know, like yourself and stuff. It's really difficult. It's not like normal indie games.
Well, I've seen it. I think even with indie games, there was one that recently just didn't they get in trouble? Oh, what was it? There was one, or was that a movie that got in trouble with YouTube and they had to pull the ad for it? Never mind. I think that was a movie.
The horror movie, yeah.
Yeah, that made me laugh so hard when I saw that. I'm like, why did they think that was even a good idea to put as an ad?
I didn't see it, so
It was supposed to be I think it's called The Nun. It was an ad
Yeah.
that it shows it's like it just looks like a harmless movie ad and then it has a pop-up of a screamer. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen if you actually watch it and know what's going to happen. But I can see where it's cuz they were putting it on like kids videos, like little kids videos.
yeah.
Which
That's not
YouTube is
good.
I do love how YouTube's algorithms work cuz like people will go, "You know, I'm watching your Princess Trainer videos and I just got a Disney ad." And I don't even put Disney in the meta tags. So I have
Yeah.
no idea how it gets found. Hi. I can
Yeah.
move my hand around. Boop. Boop. Huh. So, are you guys going to look at publishing adult games in the future? Have you ever been approached by adult game developers?
Yeah, well, I'll say it now. We've already made a few deals with them, so there's gonna
Woohoo!
be
I'm going to have some
a few adult
naughtiness.
games in 2019. There's gonna be a few normal games in 2019 on the hidden levels, but there's no set dates yet. But obviously, we got the Void Reigns Upon a Heart, which is biasly, it's an amazing game. Honestly, I love it so much. It just released into 3.0 version 3.0, and we're gonna keep developing it until February 2019 when it should go into full launch on Steam. But it's currently in early access. It's a
Wow,
bullet hell
I
roguelike
did not even know that was in early
shmup.
access. I didn't even notice
Yeah.
that.
Right. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's another thing. People have been picking it up, and they're like, "Wow, this is only you're still developing it. It's still like progressing through and all that stuff because there's just so much content to it already. It's great."
Are you guys
So
going
yeah,
to
that's
look at, and I you don't have to answer this because I know you probably don't want yet. Are you gonna look at like console releases and maybe a physical release? Because I know
Yeah.
there's what group
Yeah,
limited run games. Hi.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen them. That's pretty cool that they do that.
I've always wanted to get some of their collector's editions. It's like I love when they do that kind of stuff because I saw Slime Ranchers, Slime Ranchers getting a physical release, like a special edition.
I love Slime Rancher.
It's always like the shipping though is insane. It was like $15 for shipping it.
Damn.
And it does. That makes it, I hate to say it, but cost prohibitive to do.
Because
Like
I'd
as
love
the
to do
consumer,
reviews
not
of
as the
physicals.
not as the publisher, but as the consumer. I think of myself as a consumer, and I'm like, I would totally get that, but I ain't paying that shipping.
Right, it's like $50 for the special edition, or almost 70 for it with the game. That's just without the game. And then it's like, okay, you know what? I'll give it to them. I really want to support them. $15 shipping. Are you insane?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and then you will always see it a few days later sold out. So it's like, how did you get this sold out? I mean, yeah, we know why
My
eBay
question
exists.
is,
Somebody
why don't
bought
they
10
just
of
put
them.
the shipping price in the base price and be done with it?
Right.
Is that why you guys kind of shy away from physical releases? Is because of how insane it is
Well,
with
it's
shipping?
expensive, and to be honest, I mean, people don't like to hear this, but it's pretty much a thing of the past now. We're in a digital era. I wish I could have more CD games and stuff, but
Hey,
yeah,
I get my physical releases for all my console games.
that's true, but it's slowly fading out. So
It kind of is. And I think it's
I'm
just a big
perfectly
push
fine with
for it,
digital.
too. See, I
the
don't
thing
like...
which worries me though is the thing which worries me though is when if it does go completely digital, then people just completely jacking up prices to wherever they want.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that, like, I wanted to get a key for, what is it, Spider-Man Shattered Memories for Steam, so I could do a review
Yeah.
of that version of it. And I know it's been pulled off Steam, because I guess the license expired for, what was it, Activision? And I went on a second-hand site, which I was surprised those things even work at this point. $90 bloody dollars!
Yes, some of those guys scam
And my question
keys
is, does
and
that
kind
key
of,
even work anymore?
yeah, like I won't mention names, but I knew this one person to go around to and he actively hunt for developers who got kind of removed and be like, hey, do you have any spare keys left? And they're like, yeah, here we go, here's some spare keys. And then he's trying to shift them in directly to me like, hey, you want to buy this game, man? It's been removed. Do you want to buy it? $200, man. I'll give it to you, and somebody else offered me $500 for it. I'm like, no. Just
Yeah,
fuck
like,
off.
do the keys, once Steam pulls a game, do the keys
Yeah.
even still work? Like,
Yeah.
this is
Yes.
an honest question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, $90 for a Spider-Man game suddenly doesn't seem so... No. Like, I know
Well, it's
I have the
extortion,
original,
so-
like, Black Label for Silent Hill PlayStation 1 game. I know that one's worth a ton of money. But that's a physical thing you can have on display.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. I just don't get it. My issue with digital is, if let's say Steam ever shuts down and stuff like that, you've lost access to all of those games. Like,
I will say they've promised that they will, even if they do shut down, they will have a server which will always host the games on. So you will always have access to them anyway.
Yep. Yeah,
Like,
everybody
makes them
thinking they're
like-
going to lose their Steam games is a little bit
No.
overblown.
Yeah, you won't.
But like, let's look at like Sony and Nintendo. Nintendo's terrible about their digital platform.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. But especially with like Sony, like I've got games from my PlayStation 3 which no longer goes online. Wish I could repair that. So, and they have that, what is it, PlayStation Now, where you can access PlayStation 3 games, but you have to rebuy them even though you already have them digitally. Why can't you just use
that's
what you have in your
bullshit.
library?
Yeah.
Right?
Or let me play my PlayStation 3 games on my PlayStation 4 digitally. That's fine. I would pay for almost all my games digitally if I can find them, because half of them aren't even on their digital store.
Honestly, you know what the problem is?
Companies?
It's your consoles know that they're dying and this is their way to stay alive. They need you to buy those games back. Because if I own a computer, I can play any goddamn computer game that ever came out ever. Even if I have to get an emulator to do it or run it in DOSBox or whatever, I can do that. You can't do that with a console.
Yep. Like, I want to do the Splatterhouse remake. And I have to probably go buy another PlayStation 3, which is what, $200-$300 now?
Yeah.
Right?
It's insane. And you can't play it from your PlayStation 4 because we don't have PlayStation 3 games on our digital store. Why? You if I don't know. Here's some
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 games.
That's something which Xbox handles well. They were the ones who pretty much got the backwards compatibility, and then they got the Xbox Pass, which allows you. It's like Netflix for gamers. It works really, really well, and it lets you like access up to 300 titles for a monthly
Yeah,
fee.
I wish other companies would do that because I like the whole backwards compatibility, and I get it, it makes consoles more expensive. But let's face it, they know for a fact they can make it cheaper and work, and they're just not willing to make any backwards compatibility work.
Yeah, look what they're doing with crossplay even.
It really,
yeah, that seems
it
to be
really,
a
really
nightmare.
hurt me because I had news. I didn't, sometimes I don't actually find news. I have it told to me, and I didn't really research this one up, but I think Nintendo sued an emulator site.
Yes.
And a
yeah,
whole
not only did
bunch
they sue
of
them,
emulations.
but you heard about you know the Super Mario game that they're selling on their digital store, right?
Yeah.
It comes from an emulator site.
Yeah.
Someone actually
They sent a
down
cease and desist to two of the biggest ROM sites out there.
I think they should be called archivers, because
it's insane. Fuck, I've saved this for a very long time, which is a shame because I like Nintendo games, but fuck Nintendo so hard. They treat,
and like as I said,
they're retarded.
With that kind of ideology of just shutting things down, it's I was looking into the film industry because they pretty much do that, and it says like pretty much 90% of our films before 1930s have gone. They're lost forever, and that's what's going to happen with games too. They're going to be gone. There's no way to get them back.
Yeah.
That's why they had made so many changes to how they would archive them, and copyright laws and stuff like that is to be able to preserve things like that. And eventually it will hit the video game industry. Unfortunately, it's already too late to save some of the stuff that we've lost.
Yeah, I know there are YouTubers, and I'm one of them. I like playing older games to kind of, show what we used to have, but, like, I want to do Discworld. Box is a nightmare to work with. Hi. Hi. Are you gonna... Okay, I get a kiss. Have I been doing good in my interview? Help me, guys. There's a puppy in my face. I'm sorry. I know that's
just do what I do.
unprofessional.
Give them food and then just fuck off.
Well, I think she wants to go out. That's why. But
Yeah.
she prefers sitting in my lap while I work. She likes pretending she's helping. She's like
That's
a little
cute.
kid.
Yeah.
But like, and you see all these developers like Midway. They made some fantastic games like Shadow Hearts and things like that.
Mm.
But they're never, because they're gone and no one's bought the rights, we're never gonna see them on any digital stores and stuff.
No, it's just evaporated into thin air. Quite luckily, though, this is another piece of news which come up. Somehow we suddenly turned into a news show, right? 'Cause that's
I'm
how it
fine
goes.
with that. We can talk about anything.
Time Splitters coming back. Oh
I
my god!
saw that. I got so, and it's THQ Nordic that made me so happy because I get to talk to their guys sometimes when they send me stuff.
I mean, I'll be quite honest. Their track record with games is kind of not too good. They've released quite buggy games and stuff, but
well, they're still coming back from whatever. I'm not sure what actually happened to THQ.
They went bankrupt completely, and
because I just remember they shut down during the last Destroy All Humans.
Yeah, they went bankrupt then like Nordic Games bought the rights to their name. And then they rebranded then as THQ Nordic to, obviously bring the THQ name back.
Seems like they're struggling, though, to get everything back in order, which I imagine it's probably a nightmare to try to get everybody back and all these teams back. Where's my Destroy All Humans?
Yeah, THQ Nordic then went and bought Koch Media, which is, like, insane. Like, them themselves are a huge distributor.
Wow, I did not know
They
that.
got lots of stuff. Yeah. So, Koch Media did publish stuff like, what was that medieval game which came out recently? Oh.
Not the Warhammer stuff. Hi.
No. Kingdom Come Deliverance, that's it.
I haven't played it, but I heard it was good.
Stuff like that, and yeah, Koch Media themselves were like really huge. They did Dying Light and stuff like that as well, published those, and I was like, well, these guys are pretty big by themselves, and then THQ Nordic goes and buys them. So I was like, what the hell?
So they're working with. It looks like they're working with. Oh, hold on. Can I please turn my head? Thank you. With what is it? Team Silver, the guys that do Saints Row for the new Time Splitters game. I thought they were owned by Square Enix because I keep seeing Square Enix working.
No.
So they're like an
It's-
independent
it's a
publishing
real-
company?
No, it's a real mess now because Deep Silver is owned by Koch Media,
Oh, okay.
and
Because I
THQ
always
Nordic
see them
bought
working
Koch
with.
Media, who owns Deep Silver. So it's kind of
So
like,
any news on when we're getting another Saints Row?
probably I'd imagine soon, probably.
Yeah, because their last
But
game,
like
which I haven't played it, but I keep hearing people saying it was terrible.
Get Out of Hell, it was.
Get Out of
It
Hell
was-
was funny. It felt
I
like
didn't like it
they
at
didn't
all.
get to finish it. It was something that really should have just been
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, there was no story to it. It was just kind of.
Hi.
It was actually performed really, really badly when I played it. It was just blah.
I wish I
in
recorded. I
comparison-
broke the shit out of it on the PlayStation 4.
Saints Row 4, though, I actually loved it. I
See,
loved
we gotta play some Saints Row 4 together.
Wait.
Funny.
Games need more musical numbers. Play Knee Deep.
Go
Oh
play
my God.
what's it called? Epic Mickey 2. Which, god damn it, Disney, stop being pricks and let me stream that.
No, play
You guys are still mad about the
Cannot
Forgotten
recommend
Dude.
that game enough.
Yeah,
You want a good musical number or two? Play Knee Deep.
Knee Deep
I
was
never played
amazing.
Knee
I was watching GS stream it, and I was like, wow, this is just amazing. Really, really cool game.
I'll have to look
And
into
it's
that
like
one.
it's a gritty, you know.
If you're gonna tell me it's a gritty game with musicals, I want you to send me a copy right now because I need to go play it.
Look, all I have to say is Swamp Noir. And you like when you first look at it, you're gonna be like, no, there's no music. What were they talking about? There's no musicals in this. Oh, yes, there is.
I'm gonna have to look into this game now because you mentioned noir and Kitty can tell you I love me some noir. Hi.
Hmm.
I'm gonna put you down on the ground now. You're adorable. Oh, that's why you're freaking out. All right, you go play with the kitties. All right, now I'm free to actually be professional again. Sorry.
Hey.
Knee deep. I have to look into that one. A noir game with musicals sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's a pretty good storyline as well. It's kind of like, it's serious, but there's also some kind of good funny moments in there, which,
I just picture
break
now
up the
something
kind
like
of-
some kind of shooting happening and then just break into song. Oh, please tell me that doesn't actually happen.
It's an experience unlike any other. You just gotta.
And it's on PC?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Huh. I found it.
you can often pick it up pretty cheap. Yeah,
It looks special.
We're
it
the
is
best part
utterly
is when we come on
fantastic.
And we're just like shilling other people's games.
You can go ahead and show your
Yeah, I
game.
do
You've
that a
showed it a
lot.
few times. Is it campy? I just looked at it. It looks campy. We're going to have to stream this, guys, when we finish Dark Side Detective.
Yes, you will.
Because Dark Side Detective is good, and it's getting a second season, which makes me happy. That's going to be the first Kickstarter in a long time I actually back. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be advertising other people's games. during-
No. That's
No,
fine.
you're
we
yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
We love supporting other people as well, because we're just not for ourselves. Even if you don't like take us as your publisher, we'll still freaking back you because
Yeah.
we're just into indie games. It's just the roots. It's in our core. We
Well-
love games.
Are you able to talk about any games you guys have coming out or that you guys have planned or any hints?
Yeah. We recently announced that next year we're going to be like releasing this kind of. It's a Japanese game. It's only available right now in Japan, but it's kind of like a side-scrolling retro game, kind of like Castlevania-esque, but it's just completely Japanese. And I say it don't have the whole. Did you want to help out here?
Oh, that's going to be
No,
fun.
you're doing great.
You're doing great floundering on your own. That's a great partner you have there.
It's called Judgment by the Sword. You can look it up on DL's site. You can see all the pictures and stuff on there right now. It's
I
because
do
he's
like
still
DL
like
site. They're wonderful.
we're still letting him sell it on DL's site. For the Japanese version, but we're going to be like localizing it into English and then releasing it onto Steam and all the other consoles and stuff.
Now, as somebody that works in comic books, how expensive is it to find like translators? 'Cause I've noticed it can be a nightmare, at least on my end for comics and stuff. For you guys for video games, I imagine it's even harder to have to find translators for like all different languages and stuff.
Yeah, but mostly it falls down to who you know, right?
Yep.
And if you know people, you'll be all right.
I see. So it really is all about connections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy just going around going, hey, how are you? Hey, let's be friends. Well, it is somewhat, but
No,
connecting
I
to
can
people
prove through
is
Warner
freaking
Brothers I literally
time.
did that at a con.
Yeah. It's so time consuming, so, networking, socializing, it's all time consuming, but it's all worth it, so.
And you guys do, like, and I've noticed a lot of conventions and stuff are starting to welcome more indies. Like, I believe the guys that did a trip to Yugoslavia, I don't know if you guys know the developers for that one. Love them. They were just at a big one in, where was it? Poland. And it looks like it's in, like, the Eastern European countries and stuff. Gaming conventions are becoming really big. And, like, gaming development is becoming really big. How do you feel about, like, you're seeing all these smaller countries trying to bring out games and stuff?
It's cool. It's really, really cool.
I'm sorry. You can hear puppies fighting. So do you guys have any more questions for our publishers? Because I know, like I said, I do know we have some devs and some artists and musicians and all that other jazz in here. And no, I'm the only reviewer that they're going to contact. No, I'm kidding. If you are a game, reviewer, just go ahead and grab Hidden Levels. I believe you guys are on Twitter and on YouTube.
And our website, thehiddenlevels.com.
I did not know you guys had a website. I'm terrible.
Well, now you do.
But you guys can grab them, and I'm sure they're willing to work with almost any.
Yeah.
As long as
And
your
give
name isn't
advice, even if
Kotaku.
if you just wanted advice or anything like that, really, we're good.
Now, for a reviewer, and since there are a ton of them thanks to YouTuber, what are the things you try to look for in a reviewer and the things you try to avoid in a reviewer?
Well, obviously, someone just normal people. That's really it.
So you guys aren't looking for people that are like, okay, now the graphics are perfect, and I can notice that it runs like this, this, and this. I was going to make that joke funnier, and then I forgot what I was going to say.
I mean, sometimes those people can be good for constructive criticism, but normal people, normal people are good for constructive criticism anyway, because they just play and it's just people playing the game. And now I love the newer channels which are upcoming, who actually you can see that they're putting effort into making videos. They put a lot of effort. They got small subscribers, and they're trying to grow. They're the people I love to try and reach out to and try and help along the way.
Well, I know you have a big list of people because you accidentally sent me the list once.
Yeah.
I was a good girl. I didn't copy names. I should have.
Should have. You would have made a bank off it.
Oh, yeah, especially the first one I saw. I'm like, can you share that one with me? How does it feel getting to talk to all these, like, big people?
Honestly, I enjoy speaking to kind of medium to small people more.
Yeah.
A lot of the big companies, I mean, big personalities, they don't even, I don't blame them for it, but they're just absolutely swamped, so they no way they can answer all the emails and stuff they get. And like a lot of bigger people like Markiplier, PewDiePie, and all the people like that, they only cover games once they're popular, which is kind of funny now, because
Yeah.
obviously trying to reach out to them to get your game popular in the first place is the whole kind of goal for it. But yeah.
It seems like
It's just
I try
basically-
not to do that on my channel, and I'm not like I'm a hipster. I don't like doing what's popular. But I've noticed, like, I don't know, the Let's Playing community on YouTube is just, let's grab the newest fad and let's do 50 videos of that.
Fortnite what?
Like, how does it feel? Like, 'cause, like Kitty said, it seems like with the Let's Playing community on YouTube, at least from what I've noticed, it's always let's grab the biggest fad and let's do it. Like, but let's just say it, 5 nights.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that lately though it's just I don't know, it just feels like it's not around anymore. Like Let's Players just I don't know, maybe I'm gone blind or something.
Well, I think
Maybe
what
it's
it
just
is
me.
like Let's Players like that, when they just do a fad and stuff like that, I don't want to say they fizzle out, but, it's only people that want to see that one thing and then they're going to move on to whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I try to do a ton of different stuff, from the adult stuff to indies to the new channel, which is just my long streams of whatever game I'm playing. And I play whatever the fuck I care about. I don't care about let's do whatever's popular. Except God of War. God, teasing ending of that game.
Yeah.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm a little mad.
I've not touched it at all, so
It's a good game, surprisingly. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I know it's supposed to be considered a AAA game, but I never really considered Santa Monica Studios as one, because they do a lot of, like, artsy games. artsy.
Hmm.
They did like what? Was it Journey? Did they do Journey or that dancing one? I can't remember.
You just make me like thought of another kind of pet peeve now.
I personally can't stand like the artsy games and the
developers.
walking simulators.
Well, it's kind of like developers when they say, "Oh no, our game's a narrative, so don't stream it or don't make any videos because it's a narrative.
How
People
weird
won't buy
is
it."
that? I've seen that with a lot of
pisses me off.
publishers. Like I got
Oh,
that with
God.
Persona. I kind of understood because after playing
It's
the
just
game
such
myself,
bullshit.
but
Nope.
it's insane.
I don't get it at all. I don't
They
get
just
it. Nope.
It's just shooting themselves in the foot.
Like Nintendo's
If people
famous
don't
for
want
that.
to spoil the
They
game,
absolutely
won't
despise it when you
fucking
play their
watch.
games.
Yeah. It's so dumb. It's free publicity at the end of the day.
Well,
And
like,
again,
and
if
I know
people don't wanna
Nintendo has said
spoil
it.
the
They
game-
believe that it's stealing. Like, if people see the game played, they're not going to play it themselves, which I
Yeah,
always
that
thought
is
was
the
insane.
biggest crock of shit I've ever heard in my
Let's
life.
just take a look at Firewatch for example. That game was watched lots, and it actually sold loads too. Firewatch was made popular. I think it was by PewDiePie actually, but you know, obviously that one video got lots and lots of views on it, and you know, if that was the case, then nobody would have bought the game.
Well,
But the game did.
isn't
really,
that like
really
why
well.
Gone Home got really popular? That game
Yeah,
sucked.
yeah,
By
Gone
the way.
Home and stuff as well.
Why? Like, if you're gonna do an artsy game, why would stop doing walking simulators, please? I don't get it. I know that's a fad, right? Like, I see every quote-unquote artistic indie group doing that, and I hate the walking simulators. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Have you ever tried Edith Finch?
I believe that's one on my list. I don't think I picked. Is that whatever? No, that's the one I still need to pick up.
I've heard that one is actually like a really good game, and it's done right. But
No, I know there's. I'm not saying
Yeah.
there's not good ones. I
No.
know there are. I played a couple of good ones, but there's just so like Gone Home. That one I remember. That one was being marketed hard. I don't know who they had as their PR people, but those people actually deserved a raise. They marketed that one hardcore as like this big horror game. That's what it was. What I kept seeing, like game journalists and stuff, because this is before I got. No, I was just getting into Let's Playing at that point.
it's
It was being marketed as this big horror game. I get into it. I stumble into the ending of the game in 5 minutes, and I'm like, okay, the sister's a lesbian that ran away. Where's the scare? And somebody goes, you just figured out the game in 5 minutes. I just paid $30 for 5 minutes.
I think that's kind of like, you know, indie now is just more of a marketing term. Period. It's just kind of lost a lot of its value, and that's kind of like, it's like 4K. You know, like indie 4K. But it's just a buzzword. So you know.
So
That's
I imagine
pretty
it
much
makes your
what I feel
guys'
it comes
job
down to.
difficult.
Well, yeah.
Because again,
job
look
is
at
always
games
difficult
like We
anyway,
Happy
so.
Few. That thing was marketed, I think it's even still being marketed on some sites as this big indie game. And then when you told me it wasn't, I was like, wait, what? I know Gearbox published it, but isn't the devs an indie group?
And then it turns out they're owned by Microsoft. So.
That is not an indie group, you lying bastards. I went up for bad for you.
But I've just proved the marketing works. So the buzzwords.
So it is really all about marketing.
Indie. What else can we have? No loot boxes.
No, loot boxes are bad. Don't you remember with Battlefront 2? Managed to change things to the point they actually made laws about it. I wonder if EA is proud of that.
I'm glad they did anyway.
Yeah, but now did you see what EA is doing now to try to get it to skirt around that? They're not loot boxes anymore. They're sky drops.
God, I just please stop, please.
We
So,
don't want your
that's the
fucking
thing.
boxes.
I
Gone home.
do miss AAA games, but I miss them from the kind of region of 10 years ago, maybe longer than that now, 15 years ago, with the original Xbox, where there was like Time Splitters, Battlefront, the original Battlefront, Medal of Honor Rising Sun, where it was just a complete game you got. It was just a complete full game for, you know, £40 or $40 or whatever. But now, like, you've just got so much season pass, so much loot boxes,
Yeah.
so much, like, even cosmetics have been taken out. And one
Shush,
thing which really
sweetie.
pissed me off on that, when it's like, oh no, cosmetics is just,
Like-
it doesn't change gameplay, it's okay to charge for cosmetics. No, it's fucking not.
Okay, that came from Japan. Let's face it, the cosmetic bullshit came from Japan.
It's
They are
bullshit.
crazy
Really
insane about that. I've noticed.
When I played like older games, I loved kind of customizing my character, doing kind of colors, and then being forced now to pay for that shit. Oh my god.
Oh, it's like, and
And
what?
then Konami. Then sorry, I'm gonna keep this rant going.
No, no,
Konami.
keep. Oh,
Like,
no. We can get a
they're
fuck
obviously
Konami into
scum.
here.
But then charging for save slots, that shit is gonna be in freaking. That's gonna be in every single game soon as well.
Oh no, I don't
Whatever.
think so. Did you
Let's
see how
fucking-
bad that failed though?
Yeah.
They got
But
so much
because it's
backlash
Konami,
for that
but
one.
if you see Activision or kind of the godly, what is it, Blizzard? Because Activision Blizzard, they're gods. They can't do no wrong because Blizzard is Blizzard.
Yeah, but I hate to say it, and I'm gonna get a lot of flack from the chat room. Blizzard games suck.
Yup.
Well,
I'm with you on that.
And because they have Warcraft and stuff,
Yeah,
they
but do you
build
see how much
up,
they've
strong
raped
game.
Warcraft? Have you seen the latest trailer? God, that was fun on Twitter that day.
Well, as I said, it's because Activision bought them out and then just fucked them over completely. But then
Yeah,
they
didn't they
use their
fire
name
the
for-
original writing crew and they got these people that don't actually know anything? It seems like that's been going on with video games. Let's fire, and comics, let's fire everyone that actually knows what they're doing.
Same thing with Bungie and Destiny. Activision stepped in there and fired wherever. So
Is there any part of the original Bungie even left?
no, they're all, most of those are free for free, which a lot of people are like, you free for free suck because they're not Bungie doing Halo. But then a lot of people fail to realize there are a lot of free for free employees are actually ex-Bungie employees. So
Yeah, you just remarket it and rechange the name. People don't seem to understand. See, that's another thing. Remember, the normal people don't get told these kinds of things, so they'll blame developers, and I've seen this a lot. They'll blame developers or publishers, let's say, for something like with Battlefront 2. Apparently, a lot of the issues with that came from the developers, not with the publisher, EA, which is weird to say. But people were assuming it was all EA doing it. And it seems like that's always a big thing, is nobody really knows who to blame for this stuff.
at the end of the day, it's their product, so the blame applies for both of them.
Well, as publishers, and I know you guys don't do it, but you've worked in the industry. Do you see a lot of, like, major publishers really pushing stuff onto developers, or is it really the developing team that does most of the decision work on everything?
From what I've seen, the bigger AAA publishers, they push what they want onto developers, hence why the Hitman situation happens.
Yeah, that surprised me, and then I saw Warner were the ones that picked it up, and I'm like, yay, maybe they'll let them do what they want. I was really confused on why, or even how they managed to get free from Square Enix. That was my big surprise. I thought Square wouldn't give that up.
Well, it's money, and money talks. They probably saved up quite a bit of bank and just said, hey, release us, we'll give you X amount of money, and then
Now,
Square were
we
like,
could have
okay
that
then.
happen with Tomb Raider, because I'm not
And
looking
the-
forward to the new game.
The best thing is, what are the team called again? Like the Hitman team.
I thought
forgot the
originally it
name.
was Crystal Dynamics, but it's a different one.
No, it's I can't remember the name, but they're like, yeah, that's it. We don't want to publish. We don't want people controlling us.
And then they go over to Warner.
Bros. Who again? They're. I mean, I've got on burning fucking bridges now, but
I'm sorry, I'm gonna cause all your people to hate you.
like it's just the whole kind of AAA shit. It's just like Square, EA, Activision, Ubisoft, all of them. They all follow the same method, and just the only ones who don't get away with it is EA. And it kind of
EA
annoys
just
me a
gets
bit.
shit on too much.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed
Yeah,
like
but
the
they
few
are all
times
guilty of it.
I have noticed like the few times I've reached out to big developers, to do reviews for them and stuff, the rare times, they have, I don't want to say a nasty attitude, but I had one come back to me and say, come back to us when you have 1 million subs, and I just kind of stared at that and went, fuck you.
That shit is dumb to me.
It's like,
It's free publicity.
yeah, and Kitty, I've tried to reach out, like I tried, and fuck it, they won't talk to me anyway. Jast and them, I thought when I reached out to them, like, I do the kind of games that they publish, so why not? You're too small. How the hell is my channel too small for you?
Have you tried reaching out to Manga Gamer?
I haven't.
Do that. They're great.
I'll have to do that. It's like I send very, very nice letters, or my completely insane ones as normal. I just tried to get a sponsorship with a gaming chair company, and I'm not going to say the name, but it made me laugh because they're like, well, you don't get the numbers that we need. And I'm like, yeah, YouTube's kind of screwing everyone over. And they're like, but, if you spend $290, buy one of our chairs and do a a review video of it, we'll take 10% off. And I'm like, how about you
Oh,
take 90% off?
fuck you!
Exactly, that was my response. And no, I made it better. I responded to them. I go, well, if you're looking for numbers, here's my XVids channel.
Right?
Nothing. And I'm like, yeah, they're never responding to me again.
Oh god.
I'm like, you want numbers? Here, I get millions on this one. And never responding. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've noticed that. And it's the same way with, like, publishers, too, when you contact them. You can be as nice as can be, and they're going to be like, you're nothing. Fuck
I
you,
think
so is
our
your
biggest
game.
advantage, our huge, mega, super, major, whatever the hell you want to call it, advantage is that because we work in the media as well, we actually understand both sides, so it makes things super, super easy for us.
Oh, yeah,
We
you can
understand
just go
your
and email
needs.
someone, and they'll
Yeah.
give you whatever you want. I've seen who you get to review, you bastard.
But I mean, like, when it comes to people like requesting games for the hidden levels, you know, so it makes it really kind of easy for me to work with people because I understand their needs as well, so.
Yeah, I've seen some of the messages. It's not always easy. I've seen some of them.
Some just make
I
me
don't know
laugh.
why you haven't killed half the people now.
I'm telling you, we have way more fun with them than you say.
Oh, no. I've seen Kitty lose it a few times. It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah.
I
That's-
love you,
that's
Kitty,
the-
but it is
the
hysterical to
real
watch
side.
you mad.
That's why I trust you a lot though, so I get to vent to you, so I like it.
Well, like, I never show off anything that I'm shown privately, and I'm never going to give names or anything like that. But it is hysterical to watch certain YouTubers or just, like, reviewers in general that contact you and are really like, I'm big and important, notice me. Let's see, didn't Project Titan become Overwatch? I hate Overwatch. I do. I hate Overwatch. I could tell you nothing about that. Like, the last Blizzard game I played was maybe Diablo 3, which I kind of enjoyed it because I was playing with people, but fuck, I'll go. I wasn't even a huge fan of Diablo 2.
I'd rather just play Team Fortress 2.
Right? Yeah.
See, not my
But
type of game.
I don't like
Not
arena
mine either.
shooters. The only one I did like was Doom, but that's about it.
Doom is yummy.
Good
I
for
want.
you.
You want a fun first-person shooter? Try Mother Gunship.
I've not heard
hell
of that
yeah.
one. I've got to try that one.
Oh my god, I've been playing it for like the last 2 weeks and I can't stop. This whole thing with the customizable guns and the...
So that's
like,
why you've gotten no work done.
Oh.
That one's a single indie developer, Joe Mirabello.
Like, I can give a lot of respect to devs where it's just one person was like Stardew Valley. That's just one person doing it, right?
Yeah.
I can give them so much respect. Like, I just saw a article that they're coming out with another game, and I saw the name of the group publishing it, and I thought it was you guys. I was gonna send a message to Kitty and go, "Holy shit, congratulations!" Because it was like hidden something. So it was like almost near exactly your guys' names.
Sue them. No.
No.
No, I'm already on it. I sent them a cease and desist yesterday.
You guys own the rights to the word hidden. Oh, who was it that tried doing that with a name recently?
Everybody has. Somebody tried to do Let's Play at one point.
I
What was it,
remember that.
Sony
That
or
was
something?
funny. Oh, that
It was Sony that did it.
That's so friggin' dumb. I know Nintendo, they got the right to. It's on like Donkey Kong, and they said they're not going to do anything with it, which is fine. I do know I saw the Hasbro, and not to get off games, but I did see the Hasbro and Mattel lawsuit over the word Bumblebee, which makes me laugh my ass off. What was it? Somebody tried getting the copyright. Was it Scrolls? Yeah, it was, wasn't it? The word Scrolls is like copyrighted to some... It's Bethesda, isn't it?
Yes.
Like, they have a
The
hissy
Scrolls.
fit if anyone uses the word Scrolls in their name.
Oh my god. I did not know that.
Yeah, because
Yes,
if
'cause
you
of the
look at
card game.
Minecraft, the creator Notch, he tried to make a game called Scrolls, and Bethesda threatened to sue him.
It's
Did you see
crazy.
what just happened, by the way, with them? They sent a cease and desist, no joke, to a fan who was selling a brand new copy of Evil Within 2 because he marketed it.
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
What the fuck are they thinking?
Here's the thing. I'm torn recently because I really don't also... I'm probably not going to play the new Fallout since they're like, oh no, you're going to have to get the Bethesda launcher now. We're not going to release it on Steam. So
I
that
might have
kind of
just
irritated
pre-ordered
me.
it to sell it.
But What I did find amusing was them telling Sony that if they're not going to allow crossplay on the next Elder Scrolls, that they just can't have the next Elder Scrolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I did like
And
that.
they won't refute. They say that basically any games now they're releasing, they won't put on the PlayStation.
Well, the
Yep.
whole thing isn't crossplay, and I kind of understand this because I've talked to somebody that worked at before they were bought out, the guys that do DC Universe Online. Crossplay is actually kind of a nightmare because of the servers and stuff, and having to
That's
keep them
not
up.
true.
Really?
That is not true.
Maybe, well, they did it early on. They were one of the first groups to do crossplay, so it might have been early on. Maybe?
Multiple companies have come forward now. Rocket League has led the charge on that and said crossplay is completely feasible, reasonable, price-wise, everything. It is so doable. The only obstacle they're facing is Sony. Sony won't allow for it.
Oh, yeah, I know, and it's... Sony's kind of getting their ass kicked on that one. Well, that's the thing. They allow it on DC Universe.
Yeah. Like, it's kind of the thing, though, is once you go to the biggest, then you start making dick moves, you fall back down, then you're like all friendly until you rise back up.
Honey,
So,
5
like, you know,
minutes, please.
Sony's at the top right now, so they're making idiot choices. They'll go down, Microsoft will rise up, wherever, and Nintendo is pretty big right now.
No,
Then,
keep
you know,
Nintendo down.
they'll-
I'm already dealing with enough bullshit from them.
Well, they've sold crazy amounts of Switch.
Well, yeah, the
Switches.
Switch is
Yeah,
great.
they're really fucking killing it with the Switch.
Here's the
Wow.
thing about Nintendo. They can make good systems. I wish they'd stop with the whole friggin' gimmick shit. They can make good games. Although I've heard working with them apparently is nothing but a nightmare for devs. But they are crazy stupid with dealing with fans and dealing with, like...
It's just, yeah.
I couldn't imagine, like, as a publisher, I imagine if you guys have to deal with them, it must only be a nightmare.
Like, the thing is, though, Bethesda was last year, or this year, I think it was on Metacritic or something, they were rated the best publisher, and, you know, everyone's there, obviously, around, like, yeah, they're so amazing, and then, obviously, you know, because you're the best, you can only go downhill from there. I guess that's kind of the whole thing. So, obviously, now they're being, you know, they're making lots of decisions, lots of choices, and then they're going to obviously fall back down to the pecking order, down to kind of mid-tier EA status, and, you know, the next big thing is going to rise up, then they're going to make mistakes and then fall. It's just basically how it all works.
Oh, I think that's, yeah, like you said, it's just how it works. And I imagine, like, just being a publisher, having to deal with lawyers, having to deal with all that stuff, it's got to be a nightmare, especially being really big. I just laughed when I saw the cease and desist, because apparently the guy said if they had just asked him, he would have stopped selling it. And all I'm thinking is I've sold games that are, you know, still in the packaging, because let's say a fan sends me, like, another one, and another fan sends me one, and they don't want it back. How many times am I going to get a cease? Oh, man, I guess I can't sell a new copy of Fallout 76, 79. What is the name? 69? What is the name of the new one?
76.
Does that mean they're going to
Fallout-
send a cease
Fallout
and
not on
desist to
Steam.
everyone that sells a special edition brand new on
Yeah,
eBay?
Probably. They said it's fine as long as you don't use the words new. Because apparently anybody can just sell a cellophane. I think that's the rapping called. Anybody can just do that on a used copy, apparently, you know, because anybody can just go and do that. And then
Well,
just
like-
sell it as new.
Okay, to
Which
be
is-
fair, I can
okay.
understand that, but at the same time, that's not really... Bethesda wouldn't get blamed if it gets sold and it's not new. That would go after, let's say, Amazon or eBay. Why are they getting involved in it?
I do think their policy is
Hey,
that
come on, honey.
it'll fall down to Bethesda to replace or whatever.
Oh, they have
Which
one
is
of those
their
policies.
arguments.
Okay.
I think that's their arguments. So, but still, it's not worth all this kind of negative press and shit. Just let it go.
It's like, and Nintendo, I don't get this, but I do find it funny. Have you noticed whenever they're bringing out a new game that's something similar to that fans have created years ago, like, let's say, ROM hacking, they will go insane over trying to get everything shut down so they look like they're the first ones that did it?
Yeah, I think a lot of that is down to just how Japan is as a whole. You know, they piracy is a whole kind of bigger issue there, and it's different culture and all that stuff. So
Yep.
to them, it's kind of like normal, but for us, it's kind of like we're different. We just see it differently.
Okay.
But I think ours is the right way.
Well, that's a good question. You guys work internationally, because sounds like, I guess you're here in America, right?
Yes, I'm a good old California.
And we know, Kitty, you're in the UK or the EU?
mini US.
You're in the mini US. But you guys have to deal with international laws, right? For like selling games and stuff like that.
It goes by the contract, and obviously Valve being based in California, it's going to be California rules.
Well, that's what I was
Unless,
coming to the
yeah.
question of asking, like, with everything being around the world, like let's say Let's Plays and stuff like that, is there like is there international like copyright and stuff like that that these companies should be abiding by, or is it really one of those where it's whatever country the company is from is the laws that they have to go with?
Yeah, it falls down to the second part, really.
Huh, that's retarded. That actually makes a lot of sense of why Nintendo gets away with a lot of their stuff. I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's why I was one of the questions I wanted to ask you guys, because you work on those kinds of things. And
Well, if they kind of strike a video on YouTube, then obviously YouTube's based in America, so
The United States, so
Yeah.
it falls into
Yeah.
the United
we don't
States
talk
as
about
well.
YouTube. YouTube
It's-
doesn't know what law is. We figured that out.
Fair
What
use,
are
what's
you
that? Fuck
doing,
off.
you little I'll be right back. You go ahead and answer some fans. I'm so sorry she's got something.
Please give us the questions, we answer you. Pirate police, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, boys! Did they take to the high seas?
Yarr. That actually sounds really, really cool.
I'm sorry. She decided she wanted to drag her leash around.
Someone mentioned in chat pirate police and it sounded so fucking cool.
Pirate police? Oi, we're the pirate police!
Oh, there's a question there about VR.
From Shingo.
What is your thoughts on VR? Any pitches for the devs here? How do people feel about VR? Any VR pitches for the devs here? I like VR. I like horror VR. I can't do VR right now. Concussions do not let you do VR. I found out the worst way possible.
Oh no.
I will gladly look over anybody's VR game, as long as they want to send me a VR headset to do that.
I know, right? If someone sends me one for the PC, concussion be
Right.
damned, I'll play it.
Yep.
Just send me the VR system. They're crazy expensive, too. I tried looking into it, and then you
Yeah.
have to buy...
It's like 500.
Yeah, like, I've got the PlayStation one, because thanks to a fan that helped for that one.
Very nice.
It's insane. They're overpriced, and then you have to buy all this different stuff for it. But have you
Yeah.
guys gotten any pitches for VR games?
No.
Now,
No.
for VR games, do you guys suggest for any devs that are thinking of doing it that they do a non-VR like version of the
Yes.
game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend that if that is at all possible to do that.
Because I've been
That's me
noticing more
speaking as
VR
a
games are doing
consumer.
that. Rocksteady, can you do that with the Batman one, please? Please. But I have noticed a lot of, especially, and it seems to be indies are the big ones doing this, they will eventually come out with a non-VR update.
Yeah, I've
Time
seen a
will
lot of
fly
indies
like
that do
stars.
that. Yeah, like Everspace is
Ah.
one I think that's got VR. VR.
Is that the one with the spinning ship? Because I saw that and I went, God, that would kill me in VR.
Oh no, it doesn't spin. I mean, you can spin, but it's a roguelike space shooter type. It's fucking fun. Highly recommend it.
VR can make people woozy and dizzy. I threw up live on camera. It can do worse than that. Trust me. When will Fortnite die? I'm actually amazed that thing got as popular as it did.
Same.
I've never played the game. I remember the devs were nice enough to contact me once. Again, they were really nice. It's just not my type of game. I always feel bad telling a dev no.
Nobody knows the future, I guess. Like,
So do you
I
guys
don't
think
it'll
that
go
VR
anywhere
is going to
soon.
stay around, or you think it's going to die out?
If the prices go down and stuff, I don't know. I think it's still a bit too far of a reach just yet.
Yeah, I think it still has a little bit of ways to go. It's come a long way in the last 10, 15 years, but I still think there's a little bit of ways to go.
I do think it's interesting seeing like what they call the 4D, where it's the movement and that you can walk around, like the exercise stuff. I think that's really cool. Until you get
Yeah.
a freaking concussion like I do, then it's not fun at all.
It's all like expensive and practical for just the average day user, really.
Yeah, and plus, you know, setting up the equipment is a nightmare and overexpensive, and just it's cool. I like some of the games I've seen for it. Like I've tried, was it Resident Evil 7 for a little while in VR, and that legitly, and I played the game like 3 or 4 times. That still managed to scare me, and I've never been scared of that game. The thing popped out of the water. I went flying backwards and nearly
There might
ripped
be
the
a-
mic thing out.
Oh, that's not good. It's meant to be a really good one this year. It's called Beat Saber. It's a VR game.
I've heard of that one. It looks interesting.
Yeah. I've only like seen a bit of it, but I've heard like lots of people saying how good it is and stuff. So
It's okay, and we're reading your comment. Yeah, it's
Which one?
what I've seen. We do have somebody on the channel who has a VR setup. It was like $500, I think, for just the VR set, and then he had to buy like 6 cameras just for it, and those are like
Damn.
$50 a piece. Yeah, no, he spent a fuck ton on his setup. But it catches like all sides and stuff like that. And even then, he did the full setup where it can get all the sides and stuff. It still messes up. So I can see where you're making a horror VR game. If you do a non-VR version, I would totally do that. I'd totally play it.
Right. So
Yeah,
which comment was Ant talking about? Was it the piracy one?
I believe so. Oh no, I think it was just him shitting on Nintendo.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say he's right about the piracy one, too, talking about how they did do a study, and it shows that piracy actually increases sales, not decreases sales.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
And I can understand that, and I will say I used to do it, too, before I became a Let's Player, and then I decided to be a good girl. I used to sometimes pirate a game, because I didn't have much money, so before I wanted to buy a game, I was like, I've got to try it. And I can see that. It's just like Let's Playing. There are some games I won't buy until I see somebody play it. Even for the channel, sometimes I'll watch somebody play it before I actually know to buy it and stream it for the channel, because it's like, I don't know if it's going to be any good. And there are some games I've been crazy excited for, and then I saw somebody playing it, I'm like, never mind. Okay. As long as John Carmack has a say. Who the fuck is John Carmack? Is that somebody I'm supposed to know? Demos are a way to stop piracy.
the problem with demos though is that they gate off a lot of the content, so you're unable to kind of you're still unable to kind of take any of the game in because you feel kind of gated off or timed do stuff, so.
Yeah, and it takes so long to download them and just take space, and I'm just gonna go pirate the game. I don't do that anymore. I'm a good girl. Until I'm doing Parasite Eve. He's nobody, just the inventor of Doom. I thought that was Romero.
Yeah, that's John Romero.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's Romero. Carmack, I think, is he? No, he didn't do Wolfenstein. I have to go ask American, but I'm pretty sure it's Romero. Unless they both work.
Carmack did Wolfenstein and Doom and Quake and Rage and all that. He was a programmer of ID Games.
Oh, I'm terrible with names. That's the thing.
Romero was the lead project.
No, they both worked on it. He's the rocket
Yeah,
scientist.
they both worked on it, yeah.
Okay. I might have heard his name then. Like I said, I'm terrible with names. I only remember American because I actually talk to him from time to time when I want to bug him, which I do frequently.
If I remember correctly, Romero did most of the design and Carmack did most of the programming for that design, but I wasn't there, so I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, no, you're right, because Romero just recently did a level as an anniversary thing, and I saw someone playing that level, and I'm just like, and he was complaining about it, and it's like, yeah, welcome to Doom. Don't jump. Carmack left id to join Oculus. Well, have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Didn't Oculus kind of get a lot of shit? I've heard some terrible things about their VR system. Especially one really weird one. Everyone says it smells really bad, and I'm just like, what? That's really weird to say about a VR system. Story of Doom and its software. Something got hacked and all Pokemon in the index got revealed. No shit, really? I didn't know that actually happened. That's kind of hysterical.
That is kind of funny.
But I mean, I hate to say it, but they always hack Pokemon games pretty fast, don't they?
Good, so.
So do you guys
Just
have any
like
more
the
questions
Switch.
for our publishers before they run away to go work on another game? I mean, No, let's face it, they're all gonna go play some games.
I'm gonna go stream actually. So.
Oh. Hey guys, everyone go put your stream link in the Twitch so everyone can go and join it. Go whore yourselves out, damn it. That is why we're doing this.
We have a Twitch link.
He's complaining about free press. What the hell? You really are a PR agent. Oh, that's right. That makes more sense. You're hidden. So you guys stream on the same thing. Okay. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have my own channel, but then Kitty tied me up and locked me into a basement and told me I could only stream on the hidden level, so that's what I do now.
You got yelled at, so now you can only stream on one.
No, he literally she tied me up into a basement and forced me only to stream on the hidden levels. It wasn't like this is a suggestion or no.
God,
I was tied up.
Kinky.
I was bound.
You should have called me. I would have brought the whip.
See, I knew we were missing something.
I am a naked cartoon unicorn. I can bring the sexy. Puppy, I know. Honey, okay, we're gonna go out. I have got an adorable little service puppy here who is demanding her time for walking and training. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. It was a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will join me again soon because I'm hoping to have another group of publishers join and we can have a publisher fight. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want to give their names
or?
out, but I kind of have my bets on them. I'm sorry. I got to go with the bigger.
Bigger doesn't mean anything.
Well, I mean, I could probably see Kitty scratch the eyes out. But I hope you guys will come join us again and play maybe some multiplayer games. And let me know when you guys do have a new game coming out. And if you guys haven't played it, once again, A Void in Her Heart is their newest game. And it is, I've done a video or two on it. It is a lot of fun. I am absolutely terrible. Are there going to be fights for devs or buyers? If we can get a dev fight going, holy shit, I think everyone's going to put money into that one. We could do a Kickstarter, just devs versus devs, get Double Fine in here,
We added a new difficulty for The Void as well, so there's even an easier mode for...
There you go, because I failed so hard, they gave a mode, and I hope they called it Game Journalist, because that would make me happy. Did she? Or did he?
Mist Ring is called.
Aww.
Mist.
No Game Journalist mode. Well, I mean, that would just be an hour of standing there going, go left, go left. Congratulations, you've beaten the tutorial. Celebrity Dev Jam. There you go. Everyone tweet out that you want Celebrity Dev and Publisher Jam. I want to see both of them fighting.
Hell
I think devs versus devs and publishers versus publishers would be really fun. But yeah, seriously, thank you Hidden Levels, thank you Kitty and Gygas for joining me.
Meow.
They're getting ready to stream, so go hop over there. I'm going to go walk Miko, and I've got some videos to edit. So I'll see you guys later tonight with some Vampire and some DC Universe on... No! Actually, tonight I'm going to be getting interviewed on another channel. Holy shit, I forgot about that.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Nice!
So I get to be getting grilled in a chat, and I'll be giving some more info on that on Twitter and the Discord later. Holy crap, I forgot about that.
And soon we can interview you as well. Wouldn't that be like just like...
Yeah, we're going to flip the script on you. Yeah.
Hey, I'm always welcome to come on and talk about... I don't know why anyone would want to interview me. I'm not special at all.
Well, look, I'll drop it right now. We are actually planning on cast talk type thing, but the whole idea is it's going to be completely formatless. It's just going to be a ramble with cool people and talk about whatever's going on or whatever's on their mind.
You actually kind of cut out there.
Oh, well, now the rest is just going to have to be a surprise.
See, there you go, mystery from Hidden Levels. But yeah, go check them out on their website, their tweet. I'm sorry, go ahead and talk.
Just saying, it's a 1 hour podcast every week where we just kind of just talk about nothing, just, just come on, just chill.
Sorry. Miko, I know, sweetie. 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I got to let my dogs out too as well, so...
So, yeah, we'll see you guys later tonight. I said all the information will be given out. Once again, thank you guys. I gotta go walk her because she won't shut up. Bye, guys.
Meow, meow, meow.
I know, I got my cat to go take care of it. It's animal time, everybody.